Hello, everybody. This is Nam again with Babel Audio. Give everyone an update. It's been about pretty much a month and a half, almost about to be 2 months of me doing this, babbling, giving everyone a breakdown of what I made April 1st, April 8th. April 8th, I was busy since I am pretty much working a full-time job and I'm only babbling Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday, I try to do about 8 hours or 7, depending on how much time I have. And then I try to do 4 to 6 hours on Saturday and Sunday. So this is what it would look like if I work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then here's the next one for April 22nd, the next pay period. As you see today, I'm trying to do about 8 hours today. And then Saturday, Sunday, I will be doing 4 to 6 hours. So that pay will be about looking to be like this. And then they did change the format. As you can see, the project is now paying about $30 per hour instead of 35, but I will explain further why. Do not be concerned because it is pretty much paying the same amount as it was before. And before I move on, I want to say thank you to everyone who used my referral link and subscribed to my channel. I will try to upload updated information for Babel Audio, or if there's anything else you guys want me to upload, let me know in the comments. And I want to thank you for everyone here that used my referral link. And the ones that have successfully, gone through the onboarding and did an hour of babbling, I do appreciate it. And everybody here who is pending completion, if you are watching this video, don't hesitate to reach out or, leave a comment asking if you have any concerns or questions, just let me know and I'll try to help you out with any issues that you may have. Because obviously you're going to be approved for the English P4 project. And if you have any questions about that, I will help you out with that. And if you're trying to get approved for the English Assistant project, if you have any questions about that, obviously leave a comment or send me a message. I will definitely reply to you as soon as I can. Moving along, the project English Assistant has changed a little bit. Now you are, as an expert, you are reading a lot more compared to if you are the asker. But the calls are lasting about pretty much average is 6.5 minutes. Before it was only lasting about, maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes, sometimes maximum 5 to 6 minutes. And so that pay of $35 really ended up being only about 25 to 28 an hour because it takes a little bit of time for you to get someone else on the call and, and then for you guys to pick a topic and get into it. So now that the calls are a lot longer, the pay is pretty much the same now. It's now pretty much $26 to $28 an hour. It's kind of pretty much very accurate to $30 an hour. And if you break it down, it takes about 55 calls for the English Assistant project is what I'm talking about. And that will take about 6.5 hours to make about $195. Since if you want to break it down further, it's $30 an hour equals to about 50 cents a minute. And 6.5 hours is about 390 minutes. Times that by 0.5 per minute comes out to 195 minutes. Now, you're obviously not going to have a perfect amount because it takes a little bit to get someone into the call, takes time for someone to pick a role, and takes time for them to pick a topic or for you to pick a topic. So if you're really quick, you can do about 7 to 8 calls an hour, and because about 55 calls, it takes about an average of 6.5 minutes per call. So that's why I do 60.5 times 55. That's the average. Divide that by 60. So it's about 6 hours. And each call can, you can base on this earnings here that you just see that I recently took today. It can take anywhere from $2.74 depending on how long the call takes, or you can make up to $3.68. So the average I would say is about $3.25. So it could range from 178 to 195 depending on how long it takes for you to finish the calls. And that's just a brief takedown or breakdown of what you can make in an hour or 6.5 hours, depending on how long you want to take calls. And then I wanted to go over the Babel Audio website. Make sure, like I said, if you're getting into the program, please watch the onboarding video. This video breaks down everything that you need to know to be successful in what it's all about. And obviously, if there's a quiz, do not take the quiz for granted or lightly, because if you fail the quiz, you will not be eligible for the projects, English P4 or English Assistant. No matter what project it is, you have to pass the quiz. And the quiz is about 5 questions unless it's changed, and it's everything in the video that they send to you. So make sure you watch the video. You can always go over the video as many times as you want, rewind, forward, whatever you like. Just make sure you answer the questions correctly so you can be approved for the projects. And then moving along, and the next thing I want to touch on is the mic and the mic quality and your audio quality. Make sure if you don't have an NVIDIA graphics card, so you can't use the NVIDIA broadcast program, which I use here, like I stated in the last video, and you can't click these two, because if you can see, if I unclick this and that, look at that. A lot of static in the background, and I can even record over it. It's just recording the sound, and just test here. I would need a suggestion for NVIDIA broadcast apps alternatives. Don't say anything. End it, and we can listen back. And you hear that little sound, and just the staticky, that white noise is just what it is. And if it's really loud, it can fail your call. Don't say anything. So it is very important you have some kind of NVIDIA broadcast program so you can, help tweak it. Maybe the mic that you buy could also have the program built into it so they can download something to help make the audio clear and crisp. I've heard some people Googling, something that are similar to this and maybe find something that's free to help you with the noise removal and room echo removal so that there's no white noise. And if I stop talking for a second, that is what you want to see. Nothing. And if I record another sample here, could anyone suggest any alternatives? Blah, 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 blah. Thank you for subscribing. Hello, hello. And if I play it back, could anyone suggest any alternatives? Blah, 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 blah. Thank you for subscribing. Hello, hello. So you can hear here in the beginning, literally no white noise, no staticky in the background. So that's exactly what you need for your quality, for your calls to be have good quality, and make sure you don't get failed or dinged for any white noise or whatnot. I've seen many people get that issue. I've read it on Reddit, on other YouTube videos. People are having issues with that. Like, what is this white noise? Why can I not get rid of it? But that's what you need, is some kind of broadcast program. And I even Googled some, similar programs like NVIDIA Broadcast. I've had a friend that uses Crisp, and he says that it works perfectly. He also states that he uses it for his phone, and his voice is perfect, crisp, and clear. So for the ones that, asking if you can use your phone for this project, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you use a program for, your voice and it cancels out the background noise, then by all means, I've also had some people who are working the project saying they're using their phones. And they're probably most likely using a program like Crisp to get that crisp, clean audio. And that's why they're able to use their phone. And then, just going through the list here, I haven't tried any of these. I just Googled it to let you guys know what you can use, what's possibly possible besides the NVIDIA broadcast program. Feel free to try out each one. Make sure you record yourself, or even call a friend to see if you can hear any white noise or any audio issues. But for the Crisp, there's a free, and then there's a pro, and there's a business. And you can see what the perks and pros and cons are. I mean, if you pay $8 a month and you're making $198, no, even you can see I was making about, what is it here, $500 or even $1,000 per month is what I was making. So it's a very small investment for a nice gain there. And I want to reiterate again, I was using my gaming mic and I got reduced to 1 call. I was pretty much on the edge of being kicked out of the English Assistant project. I went from 6 to 1. And then I just ended up switching everything. I was reading the issues, when they were grading the calls, what was going on. They kept saying white noise. My mic wasn't clear enough. And, so I ended up changing to the mic that I showed in the last video. And then I downloaded the NVIDIA broadcast. And ever since then, my calls were perfect. And I have now gone to the maximum of 125. So from 1 to 125 in pretty much less than 2 weeks is pretty amazing. And so I can, if I wanted to, I could do this full time, but obviously don't want to risk my full-time job that I'm working right now. But yeah, and if there's any other questions or concerns, I will also show a brief clip of me working at McDonald's with lots of background noise, but the NVIDIA broadcast program, made everything else cancel out. So I was able to do some calls at McDonald's with my laptop and a mic, and people were giving me funny looks. I'll record a video if you guys want me to, actually working at McDonald's or in a public place, and you'll see that it has crisp, clear audio. There's no issues whatsoever. But yeah, if there's anything else, feel free to leave a comment. If you want me to cover anything else, let me know and I'll upload a video on that. But feel free to reach out to me with any questions or concerns, and I hope you guys have a good day. Even at McDonald's, you can set it up.